Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So today we are going to be heading over to the forestry area so that we can get some grass for our cows. And we have spoken... a bit dancy there. Yeah, we have spoken to the people that manage the forestry area over there. It's privately owned, it's not government owned or anything like that. It's a privately owned forestry, and they have agreed to allow us to take the grass from under the trees, as it means that it gives them some sort of extra options for things that they can do. Have like open days or something like that to, you know, encourage a bit of variation with sales. No, not sales. Encourage, yeah, they're kind of branching out a little bit in order to generate some extra income with some different things, and basically get some education for forestry and how it works. And I left that tractor there because we went to talk about a few other things and I completely forgot about it. So yeah, so my question before we go any further bombing off down the road like this, I am going to be buying a bigger tractor. I'm only going to buy one bigger tractor, and it's going to be either this Ursus here, which will be upgraded to be around about 190 horsepower, or this Ford here to be, and again the engine will be upgraded to be around about 190 horsepower. So we've got the Ford, we've got the Ursus, or we have got all the way back here under standard vanilla machines, we have the Fastrac, again it's around 190 horsepower, or we have the Fendt 700 Vario, which will be upgraded slightly to be around about 190 horsepower. So they're all about the same horsepower, give or take 5 to 10 horsepower. So it's not major differences in the power of the machine. I want this based purely on what you would like to see on the map, what your personal preference is. Now, if I'd given one a lot more powerful than the others, I know for a fact from past experience that that would be the one that would win the vote. So they're all the same. They're all 190 horsepower. So you have to decide, do you want the Fendt 700 Vario? Do you want the Fastrac 3000? Do you want the Ursus 18 something, I can't remember, and I think I've gone past it. No, I haven't. There we go. The Ursus 18014A. Or do you want the Ford TW, I think it's actually a TW35, the upgrade that we're getting on it. TW35. Is your vote? Is your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. So today we're getting grass for the cows that we've got, and in tomorrow's episode I will be buying more cows. I have decided that's what I'm going to do. I did consider putting it up for a vote and how many and so on, but then I decided no, I won't do that. I'd like to run this in the direction of getting more cows, because cows are extremely profitable. They are going to really generate us a decent income, so that we can sort of go and buy all the extra things that we want to get later on. We've done pretty much most of the summer jobs now. We've done the hay is in. I've just got to stack it away in the shed, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole video of that, so I'll do that on my own. And then when we get to the autumn, we will have one more cut of grass to do on our fields, and we'll have the harvest to do. And then that's sort of going to be it, and then we'll be moving into winter work, and we will be doing some forestry. While that's all going on, we want to be generating a bit of extra income. We want money to be coming in on a regular basis. We don't just want to be relying on waiting for the cows and things like that. So we've got loads of grass here. We can go anywhere we like in this forestry area, so we are going to just come right in here. And one thing I love about the Seasons mod, it doesn't matter if you're a little bit untidy with gathering everything up. But yeah, what I'd like to know from you today is I'd like a suggestion of how many cows do you think I should get. Now, cows are a lot cheaper at the moment. I think they go cheaper again in midsummer compared to early summer. I will go and check on that. And I will buy them either now for early summer, towards the end of early summer, or we will get them in midsummer. Let me just start this one up. And so, yeah, I will get these, I will get cows. But what I'd like to hear from you today is how many do you think I should get? What are your opinions on how many cows we should have running around on the map? Or running around in our fields at the very least. I'd like to know sort of what you think about this. And yeah, because any cows that we do get, we're going to have to keep fed. I will be altering the season length when we get to winter down to 9 days rather than running it at 12 days, because the 12 days, it does seem too long. When I originally asked that question, we didn't know enough about it, and I did say at the time that we would reduce the number if we felt that we needed to, and I feel that we do need to. 6 days, I think, however, would be a little bit too short. We can run it on 9 days, and I can still sort of fast forward days if I need to. It allows for a bit of rain and things like that as well. So we'll... I mean, I'm not 100% certain. I may even go for 6 days, and we'll see if we can squeeze everything into a 6-day season, but I'm doubtful on that one. It's going to be a lot more work in order to be able to do it. Right, anyway. So, yeah, I would like to hear in the comment section, what would you like to see in the way of cows? How many cows do you think I should be getting on this map? How many do you think I should get in total? And how many do you think I should try to get this time? Do you think I should really try to burn the cash that we've got available? We do have a combine available at the moment, but a lot of you are saying that you'd like to see another combine being used, something different. We would like to save a little bit of money for the tractor that wins the vote, because quite frankly it's going to be a little bit better than this one. We will upgrade our forager. We're not going to stick with this one. This is just for now until we get a better one a little bit later on. So we'll upgrade the forager and forage wagon, bigger tractor to put the mower and everything on, and we'll be able to whiz up and down the road no trouble. This is quite close to where the cows are, so we don't have a lot of travel time in order to get here. But I mean, like, look at it at the moment. This tractor's really genuinely struggling to do this. I mean, bless his cottons. He's doing well. He's trying, but quite frankly, it's just not up to the task, is it? So we need something a little bit more robust than this, which is why we're having the vote on the bigger tractor. I want something that's got the power under the hood to be able to do what we need, because with the extra cows, we're going to be making this journey up here a little more frequently, and that's fine. The guys that own the forestry area have said that we can do this as much as we like. I'm not doing it very tidily at the moment, but once the grass windrow has, after a couple of days, it disappears, which is something that's absolutely, is one mechanic that I really do like about this game, about this mod, the fact that the grass disappears overnight, because it kind of rots down, and like it would in real life. I mean, it wouldn't do it overnight, it would take a few days to disappear, but it does eventually disappear and you don't have any grass left. And that's something that I particularly like about this, because then if I'm not tidy and I don't gather up everything, when I come back through next time, I don't see loads of it left on the ground, and that pleases me more than you can possibly imagine. So let me just lift everything here, do it again, and we're going to tip the tractor over if we're not careful. I've just gotten I've just gotten stuck. Oh no! Oh, this is bad. It's not the tractor that's stuck, it's the forager that's stuck. I wasn't paying attention. It's steeper than it's way steeper than I realised. If I can just get the tractor to come back round. Oh, this is bad news. This is not the way to do things. Look at that. Actually, that's my screenshot for today. Hang on a minute. We were. There's my screenshot for today. Look at that. That was not part of the master plan. Definitely did not intend for that to happen. But we can just, if we can just get down here. Oh no! 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 The mower is. I've gotten stuck with the mower. Oh dear. Let me switch that off and switch that off. Let's not have the machines running. Oh, oh! Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? He's moving. I didn't really want to have to unhitch everything, but I might have to do that. Right. You know what? I'm just gonna let you can see this, because I've no intention of resetting it unless I absolutely have no other choice. So what we'll do first, I think, is if we unhitch this one on the back like that, then the tractor should hopefully, with the mower, we can just slide on down. And yes, it's not very elegant. It's not very elegant at all, but we've done it. So we do have to be very careful in this forestry area that we don't get hopelessly stuck, because it is entirely possible, especially with this little weak Ford. I mean, it's not little and weak. It's a very, very powerful tractor. It's just not quite powerful enough to do what we want. So let's just lower that one down there. And we'll detach the PTO first and then unhitch. Right. Now we can back up and we got to go and get the actual forager. So let's come back through here. Forager wagon, I should say, not forager. Big difference between the two. And now the question is, can we get that one to drag down this bank or not? Do we even want to try to pull it down the bank like this? I don't think we do. I think what we actually want to do is I think we want to try to get it to the top of the bank, up over here. And we want to pull it out this way, because otherwise we're going to risk tipping the machine over, and that's not a good thing to happen. So let me just come forward a little bit there like that, and bring it round. Right, this is going to be oh, very, very hairy. This is very hairy. This is, and if we stop there, right, let's go and hitch that one on. I'm not close enough. No, it's because it's slid out round. So I'm just not close enough yet to get down here. There, that's a bit better. That might work. Yes, that's hitched on. But now, no, don't tip over. Don't tip over. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we made it. Just. Okay, that was fun. I enjoyed that. A little bit of a challenge, and it wasn't quite what I intended to do either, but we did it. We are safe. So if we can just bring this one up around here, we're going to have to avoid that bank in future. There are plenty of other places that we can go in this entire forestry area, and with the bigger tractor, it's going to make a significant difference. I think really we should have just stuck with the top end, because we don't need much more than we've got here now. If we just press escape and take a look, 5,000 straw. I think actually the grass, I don't think we need any more than this. I think this is as much as we're going to want. And you can't store grass. There's no way to store grass at all. So any that we cut that's too much, because of updated seasons now, it means that we're not going to be able to use it anyway. It'll sit in the forager and it will rot away to nothing, and it will be a complete and utter waste. So yeah, we're going to have to go very carefully. So we'll travel along the track here. I tell you what, let's just fold up the mower, as we're not going to use it. We're going to travel back. If I can find a safe way, we're going to have to follow this track all the way, aren't we? Okay, slowly does it. At least we can have a look around the forestry area to see. Yeah, we definitely want a more powerful vehicle to be getting through all of this. This bit down here is definitely not going to be very easy for cutting. And it's not something that we're going to want to do on a very regular basis. Not coming down here. Even with a more powerful tractor, it's still going to be... We're just not going to be able to cut the banks properly. So we want to get up and out of here. That mower on the front is causing us some trouble, that is. Well, what's happening is that the mower is riding up onto the bank, and it's causing us to not be able to grip properly. Hopefully a more powerful tractor will also be able to lift the mower slightly higher, and we won't have that issue. But we can get up here. We're doing it. We are getting up and out of the forestry area. Here we go. Okay, that's more like it. So we've got a huge... Oh, that's much more like it. We've got a massive area all around here. We've got the... there's grass banks over that side. There's some grass banks over this side as well. And I'm going to cut a little bit more grass now, just in case we do actually have some more available. So let's start that one up and start that one up. See how much we can get through. I love this. I don't know how well you can hear the ambience in the background. The birds singing, and there's woodpeckers going in the woods as well. Sounds really nice. I really do. I really like it. It's actually, it's one of those small details. I've seen lots of small details on this map, and it's the small things that really make it, isn't it? It's always the small things. It's never the big things. It's like, I don't know if any of you are Lord of the Rings fans. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I love fantasy in all shapes and kinds. Shapes and sizes, I should say. But there's one bit in there that Gandalf is talking to. I can't remember who he's talking to. But he said that it's not the big things. It's not the big grand gestures that make a difference, that overcome evil and darkness. It's the small things. It's the little things that make a difference. It's the little things that keep the darkness at bay. And right, let's go on forward a little bit more. I'm just going to gather up this little bit of grass that we have cut here. It's the little things that keep the darkness at bay, the small gestures. Just a neighbour helping a neighbour, and I can't really remember much else of it, but I just remember it being all about the little things making the difference, not a huge grand sweeping gesture making the difference between good and evil and right and wrong and all that. It's lots of little things. It's asking a person if they're okay, asking a person if they want some help, making a cup of tea for a loved one. Those kinds of things, they're the things, that's good. That's goodness in the world. And they're just little tiny gestures. Most people just don't think twice. They don't think that offering to make someone a cup of tea is really going to make that much of a difference in their lives. But it can. If you make a cup of tea for someone, and I realise that in some countries you don't drink a lot of tea, it might be a cup of coffee. Make a cup of coffee for someone. It's going to make a significant difference to them. It's going to impact their lives in a way that neither of you really sort of grasp right at the start, but it does actually make a difference. And how did I get sidetracked? Oh yeah, that's why. Why am I talking about this? The difference between good and evil. Because it's the little things, and that is kind of a deep philosophical thing, but at the same time it's also present here on the map. It's the little things. It's not the grand sweeping gesture of the map on the whole. It's the little things. You go into the woods and you can hear a woodpecker in the background, and it's the kind of thing that you would never, most of the time you wouldn't think twice about it. You just wouldn't sort of even consider it to be to have any kind of impact on the gameplay whatsoever. But it's those little things that make the difference. It's those little tiny details that make the difference, and it's the same in everything. So from map making to holding the darkness at bay, it's always the little things. Always the little things. Gandalf got it right, as far as I'm concerned. It's the little things, and this map has those little things. This map has a woodpecker in the background. And yeah, things like that. Dowland Farm. Dowland Farm has Max, the dog, running around the yard. We've got Mad Max. Dowland Farm has got Mad Max running around, for goodness sake. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It's a little detail. That dog doesn't make any difference to the gameplay whatsoever. It makes no difference to the map. But that dog helps to make the map in a way that you don't often see on maps anywhere. And the same with this one. And I mean, like Texas. The Texas map that we're playing is absolutely huge. Right, so we've got 800 litres of grass left, and our grass is now full. So we take 9,400 litres. If I get another 50 cows, I mean, maybe we get more than that. I don't know yet. We'll see. It'll depend how much loan we can get. I do kind of want to keep a little bit behind for buying a tractor, but at the same time, I'm thinking that maybe we'll just lease the tractor. I'm actually going to keep this in here, and when we get to the end of the day, I will dump a little bit more grass in as well. So we'll just park this one up here for now, and we'll stop. So if we do decide to get another tractor, maybe it'll be time to retire one of them. So the New Holland, how much is the New Holland horsepower-wise? I'm not too concerned. That one's 125 horsepower, that one there's 143, and that one's 117. So those two are about the same. The Zeta and the New Holland are roughly the same. The Deutz is a bit of a power horse, and I'm starting to grow fond. I'm actually quite fond of both of those. So I think that we will sell the Zeta. It's also the most powerful one as well. So I think we'll be right with that. We're keeping that one. We're going to keep the Case axial flow. We may buy another, or at least another combine to go with it just for the summer, and then return it again. And if we have a look through, we've got our new tractors here that we've got. I was going to be getting we got that Zeta as well. I was going to be getting another tractor, that little Valtra Valmet, but that's probably going to have to wait until next year now, I think. We will get it. It's on our to buy list now. So one of these tractors we're going to sell. And I'm thinking that we will sell that one there. Even though Zeta is an Eastern European brand, and these two aren't. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to sell today. I'm not going to sell. I want to hear your opinions. Comment section. I'm expecting the comment section to be busy today. How many cows do you think I should be buying? And which of these tractors do you think I should sell? Should I sell the New Holland? Should I sell the Zeta? Or should I sell the Deutz? Because the Zeta is an Eastern European brand. But the New Holland is... I mean, it's an older machine. I mean, they're all the same. But yeah, I mean, the Zeta is the Eastern European brand. It's also, I could get the most money for it. But it's a nice little tiny compact tractor with a lot of power in it. This one, I'm genuinely torn. I don't really want to get rid of that one. Anyway, you let me know in the comment section. I want to hear your opinions on that. Which do you think I should get rid of? I'm going to get rid of one of them because I think we're getting a bit cluttered with tractors around here. So we could do with just removing a few of them. We're not going to get rid of loads of them, but just a few of them. Right, let's just bring this one up. And I was in the process of... Yeah, see, that's what I don't like. Is the way that it auto-loads right down to the ground like that. It's slightly... it breaks the realism a little bit. But yes, I also want to know about realism. The various mods for realism that I've told you about. You've got the Realismus no teleporting mod. I'd like your opinions on that, but unless the opinions are strongly in favour of it, I won't be using that one on this map. I may use it on another map, but not on this one. I don't think it would fit, to be honest. Not just kind of our playing style that we're using for this map. Yeah, I don't think it would be right for what we're trying to accomplish here. I would like your opinions on the realistic weights for the trailers, for the other mod that I was telling you about. Because, you know, I was on the North Texas map. I was saying about I've got, like, it's the unrealistic one, where the actual version of the mod that the guy designed was supposed to be a fully realistic one. I'm going to lower that down a little bit more. There we go. So, yeah, did you want me to try to use that one on here? So we've got some quite realistic weight values on trailers and things like that. Okay, I didn't actually mean for that to happen. I'm going to have to... Yeah. It is annoying when it does things like that. And now it won't unload. Oh, maybe I can... Ah, there we go. Right. It's okay. It's okay. Panic over. We don't need to. We don't need to panic. Nobody panic. And let's just bring that in there. You do have to go a little bit careful when you're trying to stack them away like this. Let's bring it in there. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't unload properly. You've got to press it a few times in order to get it to unload. Now the big thing is, can I get bales loaded? Ooh. You got to move quite quickly in order to get the bales to both load together into the grab. It doesn't like it all the time, and it is slightly frustrating having to do it like that, but I mean, it's okay. If I'm taking the time to use the grab, I do kind of want it to behave reasonably realistically. So yeah, it's slightly annoying that you do have to race forward like that, and it does sort of break the immersion a little bit for me. Overall, it's not too bad, though. We can stuff these bales back in here. We've actually got loads of space in here. It's the bales in the summer when we come to do our straw. We're going to be getting quite a few bales in the summer with the straw, and that's something that I wanted to know from you. Do you think I should be using a square baler? Several people have said that they think that in the summer, or in the autumn, when I come to do the baling, to not do round bales. Don't do round bales for the straw. Instead, do square bales using that one there. The old Massey Ferguson square baler from the Massey Ferguson pack from Black Sheep Modding. Anno 1990. So it's the conventional square bales, but we'll do it with that one instead of a newer one. Several people were saying that we could use the... the Krone Ultima, and I know that there's a hotfix been released for that one. It's actually done as a separate mod. I think it was the Realismus guys themselves that released it so that it becomes compatible with seasons. But at the same time, I think that machine is a little bit too big. I don't really want to use that on this map. And over they go. Of course they do. Right, this is where it starts to really get frustrating. Oh, I actually managed to pick them up, because very often you do that and then they pick up the wrong bales, and that's the bit that really hurts. But it didn't. It picked up the right bales. We've got them all stacked in there quite neatly and tidily. We need to buy the vitamin, but we are just about out of time for today. So if I just put these two in here, we can start driving over towards where the sheep are going to be. Although I suspect what we'll actually do is we'll end up bringing all those bales back over here, because we are expanding our cows. So, yeah, we won't be doing very much in the way of sheep this year. We'll be waiting until next year to do the sheep, and so those hay bales will come back over here before we start buying any more. Before I go any further, my weekly question: which of these 4 tractors do you want me to get? Oop, too much. Go back. The Ford TW35, it'll be, it's 190 horsepower. The Ursus, all the way up through here, the Ursus 18010, the 18014A, which is around about 190 horsepower, the Ursus tractor there, and then up through to the vanilla machines here, the JCB Fastrac 3000 Extra, 190 horsepower, or the Fendt 700 Vario upgraded slightly to be 190 horsepower. So it's the Fendt, the JCB, the Ursus, or the Ford. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. I really do need to put that Zeta away, don't I? Let's do that a second. We can't just leave it out here on the side of the road. It's not the way to behave. So if we just drive this one back to the yard, put it away a second. We don't actually have to put it anywhere. We can just kind of park it up anywhere in the yard. And yes, I suppose really with the whole insurance thing that we had, we ought to seriously consider closing the gate when we're going in and out, especially if we're going over to another farm. But yeah, quite frankly, I've never really bothered doing that on any farm that I've ever worked on, and unless like you're going away for quite some time. I'm only nipping up the road and then I'm coming back again, so I really need to bother with it. Actually, no, there was one place. That was back. We had there was a disease scare. Well, it wasn't a scare. There was actually a disease problem with cattle in the UK. It was foot and mouth disease, and so all the farms had all the gates locked for quite some time. Massive biosecurity because they didn't want the disease spreading anywhere in the country. So yeah, we did have to keep the gates closed during that crisis. But other than that, it's pretty much been standard gates open all the time. And it's kind of strange. You do occasionally go to a farm where they actually keep the gates closed at all times, and it does feel a little bit strange for me. I've always sort of come from a work environment where gates are open. You know, it's just a standard thing. Gates are open. You don't close gates. It's unfriendly. And yeah, literally, that's like the kind of places I've mostly worked on. Closing a gate would appear to be unfriendly to other people, so we won't do it. And that's the kind of place that I like to work on. I don't know. It's generally smaller farms that are, run along those kind of lines. I know there's pros and cons for everything, but there we go. So anyway, I have babbled on for plenty long enough. We've managed to put all our other hay bales away. We've just got 16 bales over here near the sheep that we can stack away into this shed here. And that will be done before next episode, and then we will see when we're going to be buying cows. And I'm not quite sure yet, but we will be buying cows at some point, either early summer or midsummer, and expanding the herd of cows that we've got quite considerably. So again, I would like to hear your opinions today on number 1, the realistic mods and what you think of them. So you've got the no teleport one, you've got the realistic weights one, and there's a couple others as well, I think, kind of, that we could introduce as well. The no teleport one, unless there's a really, really strong feeling towards getting it, I won't be using it, because I like to be able to flick between the machinery, because we are kind of doing a management thing at the same time as running our farms here. But for the others, we'll sort of play it by ear. I'm not actually going to do these too tidily. I'm just going to drop them in the shed here as quickly as I can. What else was I going to say? I want to know how many cows you think that I should be getting, because I'm going to be buying more cows, and so yeah, how many you'd like me to get would be quite useful. And was there something else? I can't remember now. I'm sure there was something else important as well as the normal weekly questions. So yeah, lots of things that I'd like to hear your opinions on today. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.